Welcome to Heart Start Session 2 for Housing, Living on Campus, Making Henderson Home for Everyone. Learning in college takes place both in and outside of the classroom. One of the most helpful things you can learn outside the classroom is how to live in a community with others. This can be a really strange feeling at first. You may be living in the same building with 200 other people, so your actions affect far more people than you're used to having an effect on. That is why we have so many staff members as well as policies to help protect all of our students. Henderson State University has expectations for all of our students so that we can have a healthy and happy community on campus. These expectations are outlined in the Student Community Standards. This is a list of all of our policies for student behavior. It also includes the process of what can happen if a student doesn't follow a policy. These policies are important because they protect all students. We want our students to experience the freedom of living on their own, but all of our students must be thoughtful about where their actions begin to affect others. While our staff will make reports anytime they become aware of an issue, any student can also report their concerns. Our Director of Community Standards, Mr. Belford Williams, is happy to meet with students to hear their concerns and discuss options for what happens next. The community standards process is intended to give all students a fair hearing and due process under the law. The exact steps of that process, as well as any appeal options, are outlined in the Student Community Standards document. The community standards process is protected by a student's federal right to privacy. Therefore, information from that process is kept private and only shared with staff members who absolutely have an educational need to know about it and help support our students. Once a student reports a concern, they may not have the right to know the outcome of the process due to another student's right to privacy. This is important to keeping all of our students' information private. Safety and security on campus is very important to all of us in housing. University police and university housing staff do a lot of things to help keep campus safe. However, students have a responsibility to protect themselves and others here on campus. Here are some ways you can do that. Use your ID card only for you. Do not give your ID card to a guest and allow them to enter a building or the dining hall with it. Don't prop open doors. This allows people who have not been granted card access to enter your building to get inside. This opens up all of our residents to theft and other dangers. Escort your guests at all times. Depending on the spread of COVID-19, you may be allowed to have friends over in your residence hall, but it's necessary to stay with them at all times, including as they are entering and exiting the building. You should meet them at the door and ensure they exit the building when you part ways. And always, if you see something that doesn't seem right, say something. You can report suspicious activities to a housing staff member or to the university police department 24/7. Sometimes keeping campus safe starts with when our students are packing to come to campus. We want to make sure that the items that you bring to campus enhance your comfort but don't endanger others. Let's start with what you should bring. Here are the essentials. Seasonally appropriate clothing. We recommend you leave your winter clothes at home if you can plan to travel home during the fall semester. Bed linens and a throw blanket. Sheets, blanket, mattress pad, bedspread, pillow, and pillowcases are all important, and a throw blanket is nice to have in case you get chilly while studying or hanging out. You should have towels, house shoes or shower shoes, a robe, and a shower caddy. Even if you live in a suite, these items can be helpful. Your personal grooming products and medications, and a computer and school supplies. Here are some more essentials. A jacket or a sweatshirt. It can get really chilly in air-conditioned classrooms. An umbrella to help you stay dry on the way to class on those rainy days. Laundry and cleaning supplies. Make sure you get laundry detergent that works for high-efficiency washers. We don't recommend using Tide Pods or similar products because our students often put off laundry until they have a really big load, which doesn't leave enough room for the Tide Pods to dissolve. Clothes hangers for your closet, an alarm clock or your phone if that's what you use, a trash can. A small personal trash can is useful so that you don't have to run down to the trash room all the time. Surge protectors, we recommend getting ones with longer cords. since you will not be able to use extension cords, and also your favorite snacks. Here are some things that aren't necessary, but depending on your preferences, might be nice to have on campus. Wall decorations and command strips. We recommend using command strips and blue painter's tape to hang things up because they don't damage the walls. Bring photos from home to help when you're missing your friends and your family. Sports equipment, musical instruments, or other hobby-related materials. If there's an activity that you really enjoy and want to continue while you're in college, bring those items. If they're really large, be thoughtful about the fact that you will be sharing space with others. A bicycle and a lock. Bicycles can be really helpful for getting around campus quickly, but make sure you bring a lock to keep it safe when you are not riding it. A reading lamp, make sure that it does not have a halogen bulb, however. And an iron and an ironing board if that's something that you find that you need frequently at home. Some other things that are nice to have, a dry erase or bulletin board to keep notes or leave notes for friends. A small area rug. Most of our residence halls do have tile flooring. Storage containers such as bookshelves, plastic crates or drawers or bins or things like that. A fan. Plates, bowls, and cups or paper products to eat your snacks. And games or gaming systems to play with your new friends. Here are some items you'll want to talk with your roommates or suite mates about before you bring them. A television, a refrigerator. You can have up to 6 cubic feet of refrigerator space per room. So you may want to get your own small one, or you might want to share a larger one with your roommate. A microwave, only one per room in most buildings. Microwaves are not allowed in Smith and Newberry, but we do have microwave lounges on each floor. And small kitchen appliances, so coffee makers, crock pots, rice cookers, and things like that. You probably only want one of those in your room. And finally, here are the things you should leave at home. Anything that has an open heating element, such as a toaster, a hot plate, a cooking grill, or a space heater. If it lights up red when it gets warm, you shouldn't bring it to campus. Anything with an open flame, which includes candles and incense. Pets, with the exception of fish. Students who need an emotional support animal should contact the Disability Resource Center to start that process ASAP. Halogen lights. Halogen lamps are a big fire hazard. Weapons. Knives with a blade of over 4 inches, including pocket knives used in hunting and fishing, should be left at home. For our hunter friends, make sure you remove all weapons, bullets, shells, and etc. from your clothing before you return to campus. Nails, screws, or anything that can damage walls. And again, microwaves for those who live in Smith and Newberry. Leave those at home. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to having you as a part of our community this fall.